So I guess the question I have is, what if the landfill calls and says they're closing? Because of the wind,
And they
which
do
happens
that.
quite often. That's another question.
Well,
And then we need to find out if they're gonna service the town and, well, they won't do it, they can't do it. Well, they could, I guess, if they bring 2 or 3 trucks to town all the same day, they could. But, you know, we need to know their schedule.
Well, I think that should be part of their proposal back to us, that's in RFP, is schedule and all that, those questions, and then look at them.
You might have noticed that the way the schedule was built for this process left us roughly a week after we opened the contracts or the proposals to go back and get clarification questions answered on certain details.
Is that what you meant, Jim, is maybe not quite enough time?
Well, no, I meant for the bidder itself,
for
if
the
they,
bid process?
if they got, and I'm not in business, if 9 days is enough for them to talk to Adam and drive to town and look at it and do some research and tipping fees. I guess if they're in business, they should be able to do it.
I think it would be adequate, but it would push them, whoever it is.
Maybe that's good too.
Is, of course, this is the first time out. Has the public mentioned to any one of you 5 or 6, any complaints, the public doesn't know of this? Don't you think that maybe the public should be made aware of this? Should we have some input, some say about it? It is their money. I think they should be made aware of this, what we're doing. If we save them money, fine. If we don't, let them have their say as to, hey, if we ain't gonna save any money, let's keep our money in town. You know, it's, well, you send your money out of town, that's, I'm sure the people would rather that stay in town.
We probably public
It's a
hearing.
service, it's a service that the city has provided, well, for 40 years, I know for a fact. And when I started with the city, there was 2 other private haulers, and one's still alive, the other one is dead, but, I mean, the city picked up whoever wanted the city to pick it up. Those people picked up their customers, and as things changed and they quit or retired, whatever, the city assumed it. Next thing I knew, the city just was the sole carrier, whatever, for the garbage system. You know, I think the public should be made aware of it. And I think some verbal comments from the public should be welcomed by you people. And maybe you've had some, and I don't know what they are.
I haven't heard mine.
I
What
suspect that
she-
they, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I suspect that they aren't even aware of it, that it's even being discussed, perhaps.
Well, the main issue is we gotta replace the garbage
A
truck.
garbage truck, that's what I was gonna ask, what's the life expectancy of our current truck?
Well,
And then what's the
it's-
value of a new one that will cost
the
us?
value of a new one is in the area of 125, 130,000 for a new truck. And yes, it's a 96 truck, it's 18 years old or 19 years old. It's getting there. It needs replaced. It's something that, it doesn't need to be done tomorrow, but, you know, a year, 2 years, I'd have no problem seeing, I think it'd run 2 years without any much of a problem.
Give or take $100 one way or the other, it's roughly $3,000 a month for a lease-to-buy option for the type of truck. Bob and I went down to Scranton and looked at some of the trucks, and I looked at some lease-to-buy options based on what we looked at, and you're talking about roughly a $3,000 a month lease-to-buy cost.
Well, I think we got that, and I think we go out for proposals and look at them, have public input, and if we decide that we got to write in there to reject all offers, and decide that, I don't have a bit of problem with that.
I guess one thing, what would happen, say we go out for a 5-year contract, in the 2.5 years they go bankrupt, and all of a sudden,
That we buy a truck and get back into it. That some of that money.
I think it should be written in here that we gotta have so much of a notice that they're going to.
Yeah, there should be a clause.
Cancellation
Yeah.
cancellation clause.
And I think most of
I would say if they go bankrupt, that won't protect you.
No, I know. But, I mean, I don't see it coming, I wanna say, at least give us.
But there should be a clause in there that we can, 30 days or 60 days notice, we can void the contract anyway.
Yeah, for an unforeseen, you don't have to be bankrupt, you
No,
know.
we
Well-
get, if we get 50 people complaining about it,
I guess I would say, and it just came to my mind, a cancellation clause would be part of the contract agreement.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a part of the request for proposal. I mean, we can add it into the request for proposal.
Well, I think they needed a let up front.
yeah.
And what do we plan on doing if, like in this agreement, it says the contractor is responsible to check in with the city to make sure there was no missed trash before they leave, and then they are also supposed to pick up any missed trash before they leave on the same day? What are we going to do if they say, I can't come back? We need to know what we're going to do ahead of time. Does that give us the right to terminate the contract?
Well, I got a little problem with that miss trash. If it comes at 8:30 and you don't set it out to 9, whose fault is it? It ain't the contractors.
I agree with that. But I'm just saying if somebody has it out there and they just forget
Yeah, yeah.
somebody for a day, and
Yeah.
they come in and say, hey, he missed my trash and was out there at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the guy calls up, well, I'm not going to be able to make it today. It says it right there. He's going to come back, no matter if he's coming from Carroll, or he's coming from Lytton, or he's coming from Fort Dodge.
And that's something we already do, so if something's missed, we go back and pick it up. I mean, customer service is gonna be a big issue here.
Right.
If there will be,
It'd be the next day, because most people obviously aren't gonna know
Right.
there's got skips until they get home from work,
Right.
so.
one of the
Most
biggest
often.
concerns that was discussed in the finance committee was the concern about
Customer service.
customer
Yeah.
service. Now, one of the things, of course, the estimates are showing, our anticipated estimates are showing is that from a finance standpoint, one of our concerns is when you compare the need for a new truck compared to our new rates, our current rate system, it would be challenging for us to be able to afford a truck without reviewing the rates for our trash service.
I would think we can make 30, 40,000. Depending on the bid comes in, there is money to make.
But you're also losing the revenue from the commercial customers too.
You know.
But just
thank
factor
you.
in.
I was just gonna bring that up. This excludes the commercial people. I realize they can go find their own contractor or take care of it themselves. What happens if we get to, say, a contractor, and for the commercial accounts, I realize what you're gonna say, they can take care of it on their own, but what if this contractor comes in with an unheard of amount for the commercial accounts?
Well, they have
The
choices,
city
don't they?
provides the service now.
But don't they have choices? Don't the host team come down for commercial
We
accounts?
currently do not have all the commercial accounts in town. I knew Rudd does do some accounts in town. We do not have, whereas with residential, you're required
Yeah.
to use our services, commercial companies are
I
not
think-
currently required to use our service.
I think the only ones that Rudd picks up that's commercial is recycling, not garbage, not solid waste. City has the solid waste.
What's host team come down here for us? Or-
They have like those big dumpsters for a remodel, and that's for a fee, that's above and beyond. The hospital has one, they do a lot of roofs, they do, the contractor that does the roof, the remodel, whatever. Yes, they do, and that's charged. However,